Everybody probably all the way at work. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm out here looking a little bit on the crazy side. How you get yourself all caught up in the like that? What's wrong with you? Hey, let me show you this fool right here. Look at this fool. Look at this. Holmes got himself all the way wrapped right now. What's wrong with my guy? What's wrong with him today? He geeking. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, go on about your business. Go ahead. My bad, y'all. Look at this fool. He out here acting OD crazy. Say hi, Miss Red. You see how he barked at y'all? Like, what's up? What's good? Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to hop on this thing real fast because I'm not for none of the devil talk, okay? So, um, I was going back and forth for like since yesterday with what's the dude name? Hater Radio or whatever the case of the story may be. And he ain't the first person that dropped by with the shenanigans. So I figured this is something that obviously needs to get addressed. And so I'm doing none of this devil shenanigans. You know, and Holmes hit me with the religion was here before spirituality. So I just want to give him a quick crash course. And a few other people, because there's a few other things that we need to come to an understanding with on my channel. Yes, I do read tarot cards. Yes, I do read the OB. Yes, I do read bones. Yes, I do study the Delagoon. I don't play with no demonic energy. Y'all see me in all white because I ain't got nothing to do with demonic energy. Everything about me gonna be about something positive. Now, first off, unlike a lot of other tarot card readers, I let y'all see my cards because I don't want y'all to get fooled by other tarot card readers. That's one. Anybody who ever got a reading by Sky can validate and vouch. I don't ask no questions. That's one. Two, I make sure that you got a full understanding. I don't care if I got to sit on the phone with you for 2 hours. You gonna understand and leave with a solution to the problem and have a full understanding of what it is, if it's even one. Third, no one can ever say that they got a reading from me and I was trying to sell them any kind of potions, candles, oils, spritzes, sprays, thongs, none of that. Let's get that clear. Now, let's get this crash course real quick. First off, all religions stem from ancient spiritual systems. When you have governments and organizations and churches who want power, they take the information that they need to manipulate a particular group of people to do what they want. So if you look in any religion coming from any diaspora, that religion is going to line up with whatever the government's laws are. Understand that. Okay? This is why the New Testament did away or tried to do away with the 10 basic commandments. So I want everybody to ask themselves a common sense question. If we, as flesh and blood human beings, cannot even accomplish the 10 basic humanitarian commandments required for us to live in harmony on this planet, how in the world would the government or religion who's lined up with government expect for us to be able to follow laws that has, when I'm talking about, if you go into the law library downtown New York, one of the largest law libraries there is, it's so many damn laws that you got to climb on a ladder that goes about one, two, three, four. It could go about 2 or 3 stories up, and it's nothing but law books. Understand that? So if we can't even get 10 basic commandments right, then it's safe to say that these governments and churches who have entangled both their concept of law, then you know They we doomed to fail off that. But there's no religion that came before spirituality. Let's get that clear. All religions stem from spirituality and they are designed to divide and control. Okay? What we got to understand is that we are people from all around the world. We come from different diasporas. So let's give you an example. In the Bible, most of you'll hear a lot of talk about the olive tree, where the Yoruba cultures, you gonna hear about the OB tree. They talking about the same attributes and the same purposes. They just using the thing that is custom to where they are from. Yes, we all have different names for the creator, but it's the same creator. We have different religions, different freaking languages. Somebody in Chinese is not going to call the creator God in in English, and vice versa. Spanish people don't call the creator the same name because they speak a different language. This is like, I would think it would be common sense at this point. Hey Mo. But one thing we not about to do is push this shenanigans of devil talk. We don't do none of that. We don't deal with lower vibrations. We don't deal with demonic energies. We don't deal with dark energies. We not selling magic potions. We just talking about real, uncut, raw truth about spirituality, people, and energy. Okay. And this is a post that came up or was a response to my 051 driller reading. People got to understand that even in that reading, I took it upon myself to point out that all that's going on in Chicago is manifested. You got a bunch of young, healthy as an ox, non-ether, 8 ether, 7 ether males and females who are focusing their energy on the energy of death. And so they are manifesting it. And the more of them jump on that manifestation or that vibration, the more death they're going to produce. It's that simple. If you're writing about death, talking about death, dreaming about death, um, repping death, then you actually going out there killing folk. You know what I mean? What do you think you getting ready to manifest? That's anywhere. It don't have to be. And come on, let's go to the basics. They call in Chicago Chirac. We know what goes on in war. So they manifesting the energy of war, death, and some other shit. And it's just that simple. You understand? But we not getting ready to keep jumping on my channel, trying to contaminate the minds of the people that have subscribed to me to have them believe that we doing anything that got anything to do with something negative, because we don't do that around here. And I mean, if I'm gonna be challenged, I would prefer to be challenged by somebody that took the time out to do the study and the scholarship on the topic before I have some random named Hater Radio telling me some foolery about devil worshiping. We don't do that. And being that I was tired of writing, I decided, maybe I should go live on that one so I can get that clear for everybody, because I don't hop on nobody's platform being a hater, and I don't want nobody hopping on my platform with that negative ass energy. Because at the end of the day, Boop, I'm out here. I'm mobbing. I'm chilling. We good. Out here at the park with my kids, living my best life, watching the weird people stare at me like they ain't never seen a black girl before. Feel me? Mo better. What's going on? Anyway, outside of that, what's going on with y'all though? Talk to me. I gotta check in with y'all every so often. I ain't really been checking in because I've been having a lot going on in my world. But I'm always here. Y'all know how to find me. I really answers my phone. I really responds to my subs. I really care about my subs. It ain't even about money. I think I did more free readings this weekend after I said I wasn't doing nothing than I did before. That's how I give it up. And just in case any of y'all are going through, because I had a few people that hit me up and they was going through I thought this one was my friend and this one turned out not to be my friend. Listen, I just want to tell y'all this. 2020 is real. It's critical. And when it's real, that's when the creator puts in place things that happen to let you know who's who and what's what. And ain't no point in crying over spilt milk getting mad. If the universe moving these hoes out your way, if the universe moving these dudes out your way, if the universe is moving family members that ain't got your best interest at heart out the way, don't be resistant. Let them move out your way. The state of black people. That is a damn good question. But let me tell you about the state of black people. And you know what? We can't really make it a color thing because this is not an attack on just black people. This is, we they have us believing that it's a color thing. But with them, this is genetics, bloodline, and control thing. You understand? And so this is why we are made to believe that our enemy are the people that sit next to me. So let me explain why I say this. I live in New Jersey, in the richest county in New Jersey. On my block, I might be the only, no, I am the only black family on my block. My next door neighbor's power went out, they were white. The other ones were Spanish. Guess what? When my power went out, they power went out. When my food went bad, they food went bad. If I got a Spanish person living to the right of me, a Caucasian family living to the left of me, it's safe to say that we kind of live in a similar reality. We shop in the same stores. We must have similar income, so we have to go through similar struggles. This is not a color issue. This is an attack on the American people in general issue while confusing the American people to believe that it's a color thing. So if we fighting with each other, if I'm a black girl and I'm fighting with my Caucasian neighbor or my Spanish neighbor, then it's safe to say that I'm distracted from the real problem. The real problem is that when they contaminate the water that I drink, they contaminated the white family next door and the Spanish family next door water. So we got to look at this on a broader spectrum. This is about the reduction of the population overall. The same laws that are passed for abortion are passed across the board. They don't care if you white, yellow, purple, black, Caucasian, none of that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Now, as far as the state of us as a people, until we realize that we are not that much different. Yes, we might have different foods, we might come from different diasporas, we might have different historical backgrounds, but we still bleed, we still cry, we still hurt. We still have days when we ain't got nothing. We still got family members that cross us. The same way black people got people who use drugs in their family. Spanish people got people that use drugs in their family. Caucasian people got people that use drugs in their family. We got to realize that it is us against the system, not against each other. The system is who is creating the friction. The system is the one who controls the media outlets to have you thinking that every cop is bad. Now, I can use the FBG duck situation as a prime example. Now you got to remember, if you thinking about this, these are people that they concept of the police is fuck 12, fuck the police. We don't like the police. We can't say screw the police if we don't got our own police to be calling. Because when you got 9 hoes smoking out that ass, you're going to call 911. So that was the police making a silent point. Like y'all saying fuck 12, 24 hours of the day. But when you get shot at, who do you call? When my aunt got sick and she had a blood clot in her leg, you know who I called? The damn police. So for people to be out here trying to attack all police is crazy. It don't make no sense to me. Cause I don't know one Spanish person, one black person, one Jamaican person, one African person, or a blue person who, if they have an emergency, they not hitting the 911 joint. So if we gonna go for fuck the police, then you must be building your own institutions. And being that all institutions have an interlocked connection to one another. For instance, when you dial 911 to get to the ambulance, do it send you straight to the hospital or do it send you to the police? and the police dispatch the ambulance. So without the police, you can't even get to the ambulance. So this means that you must want to be building your own police stations, your own banks, your own hospitals, your own import, and your own export. This is the problem. Understand that. This is the problem when it comes to the state of the people. Is the state of the collective where we are sounding like babbling idiots. We the type of folks right about now in America. And remember, the whole country, the whole world is on looking at shenanigans. So it ain't just, oh, only people in America see this. People around the world see this. This is why when people come visit this country, they look down on us because it don't make no logical sense. We the type of people that'll punch you in the face and tell you that we love you at the same time, and we think that shit makes sense. You can't be like, oh, I love you, bro, and then backdoor to bro. You understand what I'm saying? That's a babble. That's idioticness. That doesn't make sense. It's chaos. Hey, Tiff, how you doing? We got to start looking at things from a neutral perspective so that we can get a better understanding of what's going on. If we looking at things from our emotions and we dismissing the logic, we're not going to have a resolution to the problem. It's not even going to be possible. You understand? We got to really get our minds right about how we thinking, because we ain't thinking right. We ain't. And because we ain't thinking right, you got 1% of the population holding 90% of the wealth on the planet. That should make you think like, and if you notice these super rich, wealthy families, the Rothschilds, the Morgans, you know, these people, the Rockefellers, these niggas be living to like 90, 100 years old. And this and that. Why do you think that? Because they understand some things about this reality that the people at the bottom of the pyramid don't understand. And it's this: the key to living a long, healthy life is to live in a free environment. That means that you go to sleep when your body wants you to go to sleep. You wake up when your body wants you to wake up. You cry when you need to cry. You understand? When if you going to work every day for some other corporation and your schedule is 6 a.m. to freaking 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but naturally you don't wake up until 10 o'clock. Oh, you better believe you aging because your body hasn't got the opportunity for about 30 to 40 years of your career, you understand, to wake up when it needs to, when it is done healing itself. This is why they are outliving us. Outside of the fact that they not eating nothing that we eating. If you ever studied on the Queen Elizabeth and their royal quote unquote family and how things work in the structure, you would know some that they're not even allowed to eat seafood. They're not allowed to eat a whole like, but they just can't do it. It's against the rules. It's certain things that they not allowed to eat because it raises their chances of getting sick. They ain't never gonna eat nothing with no preservatives in it. Hey, Cassandra P, what's going on? They're not about to eat a whole bunch of. You ain't gonna never see the queen running around with a bag of damn Skittles and a Pepsi, bro. You ain't never heard of the queen eating a damn McDonald's cheeseburger, and you never will. When have you ever seen your president in McDonald's? You ain't, and you won't. Okay, so this is about us uh reorganizing the way we deal with ourselves, our bodies, each other, our environment, all of that. Because right now we picking up the habits of God knows who. What the media say? The media says what's in right now. What's healthy right now is to get some freaking fake titties, a fake ass, some fake hair, and 17 pounds of makeup in 90-degree weather and be looking like a damn melted crayon. Come on. Mm-mm. Right. You got to eat to live. And when people start focusing on what they put into their bodies, they'll realize that they'll start to think different and see things different and understand things different. Because if the body is lacking nutrition and the brain is lacking oxygen and blood flow, which means that you're easier to control. See, what you got to understand about this government is that they study the people. They got whole think tanks that study the Bible. They got think tanks that try to decode the Quran. They got think tanks that try to study human behavior. They just played with us and had a whole experiment while documenting and feeding data to their AI of what each individual look like with a mask on through their AI systems. But everybody is like, listen, you got to understand, if you can get a people to believe that they own air that the creator has put here for them and has cultivated them, I keep saying it's cultivated them for millions if not billions of years, okay? If you can get a people to believe that their air is killing them, you can get them to believe anything. You already know, right? Because that's all COVID is. I don't know. If I'm a dude and you got to ask that dumbass question, then somebody should block you for being that stupid. Matter of fact, let's shout you out for being stupid as hell. Why? No, you should have left that up there for make just some stupid shit. I have nice earrings, but I'm a dude. If this was me 10 years ago, I probably would have said something crazy, but I'm not. So we just gonna block your dumb ass because you wasting time and air and finger power. You must not got a job, nothing. This is what people who ain't got nothing to do in life do. They troll. Get your troll ass off my page. I'm not even a celebrity and you trolling. Chill. Chill. Ugh. Supersize a big dummy. See, and this is what the media do. They manipulate you and turn all of your normal senses off in your head and have you doing stupid shit like that. He bogus for disrespecting himself. People gonna be there's gonna always be some entity shape something that's gonna distract you when you trying to put out some valid information. You understand? Now, the other thing that is a issue that we as a collective is missing is, like I keep saying, the rules to manifestation. The 1% understand the rules to manifestation. And I'm going to try to explain this to y'all so that y'all can understand why I am the way I am, why I say the things that I say, and why I stand on the shit that I stand on. Because I already know what time it is. So let's just use some random numbers. If let's say 1% of the population equates to 100,000 people, which I doubt. I'm sure it's a whole lot less than that, y'all. I promise. But let's say it's 100,000 people and they represent the 1% of the population. Now, an estimated what? On the earth, there's an estimated 13 billion people. 100,000 people to 13 billion ain't nothing. That's holding wealth. Okay, that's a 1%. Remember what I told you, 100,000. Now, when you understand how manifestation works, then you understand that there is no thought that will ever go through your mind that another group of people spread out across the world will not have at the same exact time, on the same exact day, at the same exact moment. Okay, so think about that. So 1% is holding all of the money now, and everybody else at the bottom of the pyramid, they don't do shit but live life and live it to the fullest of all fullest. But how do they do that if they don't never work, if they don't never do nothing but just vacation and chill? Well, let's see. So one of the people in the 1%, no, let's say 50,000 of the people in the 1% came up with this idea of a hovering Lamborghini, let's say in 1983. They're not going to do any work towards creating that hovering Lamborghini because they understand that the rest of the population, let's say if it's 19 billion, hold on. No, because I told you already. Dead on that one. Y'all ready to leave? No? Okay, go ahead. Where your juice went though? Where Diva juice? Oh, all right. Well, we leaving in it's 6 o'clock, so we leaving like 7. Y'all got 30 more minutes. Pooh. All right. My bad, y'all. All right. So let's say out of all of that, so play with them. That's all. Hold on one second. Ashmere, don't play with me. You see, that's parenting. When you only gotta say one word or one sentence, don't play with me, and it's over. But anyway, so like I was saying, we got this group of folks who came up with this hovering Lamborghini, who understand that at the same time beneath them, there is a couple of billion people. Out of that couple of billion people, there's about 500,000, let's say estimated, who came up with, who had that same idea in their head at the same exact time, same exact moment. Out of that 500,000 people that thought about that, let's say 10,000 of that 100,000 is going to actually start trying to put that idea into action. Let's say out of that, let's say about 2,000 of them actually get the thing in rotation. Let's say about 50 of them actually manifest it. What do the 1% do now? Let's think about that. What do the 1% do with that? Somebody at the bottom of the pyramid had the same exact idea at the same exact moment, except for they put physical time, blood, sweat, energy into it every single day for, let's say, 20 years. The 1% gonna come down because they got most of the money. And guess what? They gonna swoop that whole idea, because this is where that concept of anybody can, everybody got a price. Anybody can be bought. You understand? Did they have to put any blood, sweat, and tears or physical energy into that Lamborghini that hovers? No. All they had to do was wait for the people at the bottom of the pyramid, to manifest it. And all they did was take a bunch of fake paper that they call money, because it ain't backed by nothing here. You understand? And they bought you out. They got to enjoy their thought and their manifestation without expelling any energy. This is the name of the game. As long as we are manifesting for everyone else but ourselves, we will continue to have these problems. It's just that simple. It is just that simple. We have to start creating. Now, one of the problems, focusing on the black population now. Exactly, Jado. Exactly. Paper with no backing to it. Every darn country on the planet that has a currency has a natural resource that's backed by it. But I'm gonna talk to y'all about that right at the end, because y'all gonna be amazed about how we got an American dollar with no currency. And I'm not even about to tell you the old story about, oh, how the Rothschilds, the brothers came, their mama and father sent each, all four of them, to one different part of the world to build their little bank. That's light work. It's a little bit deeper than that. Now, let's talk about the real. And the real is this. And now I'm only answering for the black population. Why are we in this state? You have to think Chinese, Spanish, Korean, Mexican, whoever you dealing with, they all have their own shit. They all build and create and sow and farm they own and do that for what? The preservation of their people. So how do we end up with products? How do we end up with clothes? How do we end up with all of these things if we don't make nothing as a people? Well, when they finish providing and preserving their people, whatever is left over is dumped into the minority communities, and it be scraps at that. Okay. And then we run out and take our hard earned money. And guess what? We buy it from them. And what happens over centuries or decades? We lose our ability to produce, because if you don't do it, then you lose the information. So then we done got lazy. We don't make our own underwear. We don't make our own toothbrushes. We don't make our own book bags. We don't have import export like every other nationality on the planet. This is why we're not being respected. Think about that. What person is going to help you or respect you if you're not trying to make for yourself? You ain't trying to preserve your own people. And we sitting here yelling at everybody else like a bunch of wild banshees, like somebody else is supposed to do it. The same way we ain't get whipped with no goddamn whips. We didn't pick no cotton in this day. We have no understanding of that life that was before us. It's the same way that these people ain't cracked no whips across nobody's ass. So it's every man or every group of people for themselves. It's self preservation. It's not the Spanish people preserve the black people. It's not the Caucasian people preserve the black people. It's the black people who need to preserve the black people. And this is where the problem comes in. And I'm saying this in all fairness because I'm a black girl and I live in a predominantly Caucasian environment, and they have never stopped me from having anything. I've never had anybody tell me I couldn't have a BMW or I couldn't have a bank account or I couldn't have no food. They ain't never stopped me from having nothing. So how they stopping you? Now, when you're talking about these systems may be stopping you, but your neighbor ain't. Because if your white neighbor don't go to work, your white neighbor gonna be homeless. Just like if you don't go to work and pay your bills or make money however you make money, your ass gonna be homeless. This is common sense that we gotta start working with. We gotta get out of this habit of pointing the finger at everybody else and making everybody else feel like they gotta be feel shame for what their ancestors did. Because if that's the case, our ancestors wasn't perfect. We need to focus on what we got going on right now, here today, in our lives right now in this environment. We're not in the environment of slavery in that way. Slavery has become more advanced technologically and mentally. This is mental enslavement. This is not physical. See, in our ancestors' time, they was dealing with physical enslavement along with the mental. You know what I mean? They was breaking. Matter of fact, it wasn't even mental enslavement then because they were still breaking down the mental. So we are dealing with mental enslavement, and it's because it's being jogged by what we allow in our gates, and that is our ears and our eyes, primary gates. We need to be looking for information so that we can preserve ourselves. Really, really, really simple. Now, like I told y'all before I got with here, I was gonna tell y'all about how we are in America, and we run around this spot, right? Pushing back and forth amongst us this American dollar that's backed by nothing. How is that even possible? Well, let me tell you. So America is a bully, and we know that. They also gangsters, and they also was a little bit more advanced than their peers. And so America was able. We have two treaties that have never been broken thus far. One is the Treaty of Antarctica. Okay, every country has decided that no one owns Antarctica. That treaty has never been broken. That should make you wonder. Treaty number two that has never been broken. Mind you, every treaty that America had anything to do with has always been broken. Just checking. All right. Treaty number two. Every single regime on the planet somehow, well, on the earth that does business import export with America, somehow allowed America to convince them to buy and sell oil only with the American dollar. Think about that. Every country, we still are oil driven populace. So if every regime agreed on it at a treaty level to buy and sell oil with the American dollar, what do you think China is mad about? Let me explain real quick. If China has its own currency, which we know that it does, how do they get hold of the American dollar? Why do you think everything is made by China? Everything is made by China because China has to find a way to get American currency, and so do all the other countries who have their own currency. They have to find a way to get American currency so that they can then go on the world market and buy oil. So they'll let's use cars for example. What is it? Hyundai that's made in China? Okay. So if China makes 200,000 cars and they sell 200,000 cars to America, then they're going to get back. American money because America does not hold Chinese currency, right? So now think about this. That means the Chinese people physically labored their people to make these 200,000 cars and then had to export them to America so that they can gain money, so that they can then take that money back on the world market and buy oil for their country. I think somebody woke up and realized that, wait a minute, if the American dollar is not backed by a natural resource like gold or pigs or diamonds or petroleum, then America literally got everybody laboring for them. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, and if anybody ever got a reading by me, don't y'all want to just love me a little bit? Can I please get some type of feedback? Can somebody please go to the website and leave a review and let the world know how this go? Because nobody really understands that my readings be solid and I be 100 all day with y'all. So make sure y'all leave reviews when y'all get readings. But anywho, back to this topic. So I think China woke up and realized, how you doing, that they are selling us 200,000 vehicles to our country to get a dollar that does not have a currency. So that means that China labor their people. This is human resource, okay? That means America indirectly is using all of these countries as a human resource and they're getting real valuable product in return for money that's backed by nothing and it only can be used on the world market for oil. That's why China mad. Okay. And now China wants to back out the deal because they starting to realize, like, wait, we've been getting cheated for a long time. We've been giving up all of these cars, all of this technology, and they didn't get their way. So what did China do? China started disconnecting themselves, disconnecting their people, this, that, and the third from America. They mad. And if America.
We had an extra piece of pizza, so I gave it to your son. I hope that was okay. I
No,
asked
that's
to
fine.
you, but I didn't know where you were, and I just like I don't want to be like
Oh no 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 no. He good.
All right, yeah, he's loving it. It was
I
just
see
sitting
him.
there, so
Thank
you
you.
got it.
No problem. See, now that just proved my point to y'all, right? Because that wasn't a Spanish lady, that wasn't a black lady, that was a Caucasian lady. So that lets you know that this is not what they pushing ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. This is me, my regular life, living example. Real facts. So, all of these countries have come to realize that they have been selling their products to America for money that's backed by nothing. And so this is where the problem is on the world stage. And this is where the war is boiling at. Period. Now, luckily for us, we got Trump in office. And I know people are going to think this is not right because he's Trump and everybody hates him. Thank you. But we have Trump in office. Now, I want y'all to understand why I'm a black girl standing here before you today telling you I fucks with Trump. Let me tell you why. Because Trump is the only dude who got in office right, wrong, and indifferent and did everything he said he was going to do. And if you cannot respect a man that stand on his 10 right, wrong, and indifferent, you can't respect nothing. That's one. Two, Obama's little ass was in office for 2 terms. We had North Korea darting damn nuclear weapons this way for how long? And he didn't do nothing but take Michelle Obama on a pizza date with goddamn Air Force One. Let's get back to life. The first thing Trump did when he got in office was what? North Korea told Trump, if you fly your behind over here, we're going to blow you up. Trump said, I'm coming. Trump got over there and told Holmes, listen, if you dart another bomb over here, I'm going to make North Korea disappear. Have you heard about dude since? That part. Okay? Now, if China backs out on this agreement that they've had for all of these decades, that would put America into a third world state. Now, this is one of the reasons why Gaddafi got killed, because Gaddafi was trying to bring the African Union together to create the gold ducat, but not in a way where it would be beneficial to America. Now, we can say America is wrong, and maybe they are, but at the same time, if we lose that, we become the third world country, which means that we, as the people who live here, directly are affected. So it's a real thin line. And before people go out here and start voting and not voting and all of that craziness, People got to have an understanding of the political stage. If you don't understand the political stage, I don't see why anybody would even be voting. Why are you voting? Seriously. Oh, on the website. What's up, Jamie? I didn't even see you though. Yeah, but see, no matter where you go, you're gonna be judged. I don't care what religion you are. Go read it. Whoever was the God or the Son of God in that religion got crucified and judged by his peers. Point blank, bottom line. I also want to give y'all a little side pointer. There's nowhere in the Bible that Jesus said he wanted to die for the sins of the majority. So I just want to let y'all know that it's not in there. I read it quite a few times and it ain't in there. So if that's something that y'all thought, y'all should think about that. That part. Yeah. But I figured I should just give everybody a little bit of religious content, spiritual content, political content. Because in order for us to be where we need to be, we need to start educating ourselves and we need to get our emotions out of it. We got to get the narrative out of it. The narrative is just on the world stage is just not right, and it's giving us the wrong understanding of why we need to change certain things. Again, this is not a color thing, it's a system versus a people thing. Okay, that part. Anyway, what's going on with y'all? How are y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's going on in your life? I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday. Me, I'm having a great Monday. I don't work on Monday, so that's always great. Always. Oh, yeah. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you are interested in getting the first time subscribers reading, go register, then go to book me, and then look for first time subscriber reading for $15. That part. Because you're going to want to come back anyway. Anybody tell you that? Oh, yeah. It's definitely deeper, but it take for us to detach from MTV, BET, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, drill, this one and that one, and really, you know, back in the day when I was growing up, they used to say if you didn't want a nigga to know something, put it in the book. Put it in the book. With that, let you know. FYI, they burning the books. I know this to be a fact. I went to my favorite library maybe 2 years ago. Library closed. And the back, they had a whole damn thing, literally burning the books, saying that books are becoming obsolete and they're not needed. But understand that the internet is not the primary source of information you want to have because that's all controlled. And you don't know where you're getting that information from. People get on Wikipedia like Wikipedia is a fact, but I am a regular civilian who could get on there without any credentials, without any proof, and put anything in Wikipedia. So you can't even rely on that information. You need books. BOOKS. FYI, that's what the word Bible means. Bible is the word that means a collection of books. It stems from the Latin word, and book actually stems from the Latin word knowledge. So that lets you know where the information at, right? That part. Y'all folks gotta start reading. That's all I do. I fall asleep every night with a book on my face, no lie. Ever since I was a kid. And that's only because I had somebody in my house calling the television the idiot box, and I was not about to be associated with the idiot. As a child, I was smart enough to know that much. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. What basic instructions? Who's leaving Earth? I don't think we gonna make it nowhere else if we ain't on Earth. Y'all bugging. Say hi. No jumping on folks.
Say hi.
Say hello. Too cute. That's all that's in there. Nothing is true unless you did the research to validate it. And research, when I say research, it ain't, oh, well, I read 13 books on a situation. No. Research is finding people from different areas, different diasporas, who is telling you the exact same thing about the same topic. If you don't have the one thing we can say for sure is that there may be several different religions, but all of them religions is telling the same story. The only one that's trying to confuse you, and I'm not even gonna say the Bible is trying to confuse you, because if you got the King James, what is it, 1911, 1711, some shenanigans, I forgot. I got one in the house. That book got a whole concordance in it. And it tells you what every word means. It lets you know that the olive tree is not speaking literally of an olive tree. It lets you know that a mountain means a country. It lets you know these things so that people don't be telling you that Jonah really lived in a well. That part. Jonah didn't live in a well. You ain't never seen it happen in your life. You know the saying, ain't nothing new under the sun. That's literal. If you ain't seen nobody chilling in a well in your lifetime, then it's never going to happen, and it has never happened. Period. Yeah, it's supposed to be. We in a time of false prophets because we are in a time where information is flowing almost freely. Yeah, that part. Yeah, it's supposed to be that. But this is why y'all got to be willing to do the research. Y'all can't just be accepting information. The moment you accept some information, that becomes a part of the subconscious. Now it's a part of your belief system. And don't nobody feel like, you know how hard it is to undo something in your head? Whew, no clue. Hey, King, baby. Look, it's getting dark on us. Would you believe that where I'm standing at in this town, I'm literally like 15 to 20 minutes away from New York? But you see all of the. Let me show you something, cause this gonna let y'all know the mentality of people. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody but us. Look, you won't even see a cigarette butt on the ground. You know why? Look at this, and just nice and clean and chill. Nothing. Literally not a nothing. Nothing. You can damn near eat off the ground out here. You know why? Because it's the mentality of the people. It's the mentality. And that means that where I'm at, that means that black people that live here, white people that live here, Mexican people that live here, Spanish people that live here, Italian people that live here, we all must be working as a collective to keep our environment clean. We all must make sure that we put our garbage in the garbage can. We all must make sure that when our dogs poop, that we pick it up. We all must do that. So, I mean, being in this environment lets me know that we are definitely capable of doing it, because we've been doing this since 93. I've been here since 93. And it's been like this since 93. So it's the mentality of a people. If you give people something, this is why I don't go for the Democrats. The Democrats want to give you everything. Let's give them food stamps. Let's give them $200 in cash. Let's give them Section 8. Let's give them drug treatment. Let's give them this. Let's give them that. And guess what? If it's given to you, then you don't take care of it. That's common knowledge, right? Now, the Republicans say, listen, everybody need help. So when you think about the Republican standpoint is, let's give each family a chunk of money at one time. Let's give the chunk of money at one time, make the families have enough money to start off with, and this, that, and the third. Let them grow. But that means that the family got to have some information. They got to know how to use money. We just got a lot of things that's out of place in certain communities where, how to deal with money is taught to different cultures. Indians learn about how to manage money as children. You know what I mean? Other cultures know to do this. Black people cannot fault another culture because they don't. Because even if the school system not giving you what you want, who's the first teacher for a child? The mama and the daddy. So we ain't teaching our kids right. Because I could give my 15-year-old right now $40 and come back to see him next week, and he'll still have 35 of the 40. It's all about what we teaching our kids so that we can change the outcome. Period. We got to do it. We got to put the work in. But I'm about to get off this thing. I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. My mother's supposed to be picking who I'm doing, but I'm trying to go get her to let me do Zach TV next, cause he's interesting, and I like Zach. I used to follow him anyway. But yeah, we gonna find out later. So I'm about off this thing. I love all of y'all. Make sure y'all come see me. I'm about to go get these children because I'm about to make them trek it back to the house, and then they about to get a bath, and puppy wuppies too. Puppy wuppies, you wanna say bye? Say bye, puppy wuppies. He is wore out. I burnt that butt out. I burnt him out. He going straight to sleep. Dinner and sleep, baby. Dinner and sleep. Love y'all. I'ma see y'all on the next. Let me go collect these little funny looking kids.